Please. Bedtime story, eh? I remembered um, when we, like about 5 years into our marriage, you know, my husband, he was always a seaman, but he have never went to sea. Um, like 6 months before we get married, and he never went to sea until about how much years? About 10 years after being married, he started going back out to sea. So during the 5 year period time of our marriage, we were still honeymooning, believe it or not. We really enjoyed each other company. We went on dates every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and after church. I mean, we just was having the time of our lives. And we wasn't rocking to nobody, what no one think. We didn't care what no one think. We just was having the time of our lives. Still at the 5 year period. And at the time, he was doing a little contract job in Life Key. Okay? So we had one little old sunny car. But oh, he taught me how to fix it like it's inside out. If something go wrong, you check this, check that, which is a good thing for a man to teach women to help themselves in case they found they can't help them and no they ain't got no money. And oh, we didn't have much money like that, you know. So he had to get up like I used to cook very early back then too. Like I was young. I used to cook 4 o'clock in the morning. We hardly used to sleep. We was enjoying life. And so he used to be on the road for like 5 o'clock. He wants to make sure I'll be to work for 7 at Life Key. So with 5 o'clock in the morning, ain't that much traffic was on the road. And I'm talking about a good 30 something years, but 30 some years, 32 years ago or so. So listen to this now. This particular morning, early, 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 they say you don't always be totally focused, even though we used to bathe in cold water. Cold water wakes you up, believe it or not. Okay? And so I was driving as usual. I always am the driver on certain times. It's just automatic. Like it wasn't him telling me or he telling me. It's just like automatic. And he always the driver certain time. It's just automatic. Like we had our own rules and rules and we never discussed it. It just automatically happens. So I was the driver, driving him to work in Life Key 5 o'clock in the morning. We didn't have no kids yet. We were married 5 years, but we didn't have no kids yet. And lo and behold, I was speeding right where the new bridge is now by St. Matthew's Church. Well, back then, at the time, it used to be two-way traffic still on Bay Street. It used to be two-way traffic still on Bay Street and two-way traffic still on Shirley Street. So because we live East Bay, I was speeding from East Bay, not speeding, going at a good pace and to make sure I get him to work safely, going at a good pace, but not really speeding, but going at a good pace. No cars was out and stuff early as that. Because we didn't have that much cars like now. So when I passed St. Matthew's Church right there by that junction by St. Matthew's Church and East Bay Street, that corner right there. Man, I thought I was seeing things. I say, honey, you busy eating your breakfast. Because he's eating, that's why I drive, because he's be eating his breakfast while I drive on the long route. By the time as we reach it and finish his breakfast and everything. So I said, you see what I see? He said, Marcel, what you see? I said, um, it's a big truck and the man neck underneath the truck wheel. And it's obviously, it just happened. No one else was around. And we just so happened. So he said, Marcel, you always seeing things. I said, man, my eye don't deceive me. I say, hold on, we gotta go back. So I went round the corner way, the corner with opposite lines of survey, but the park is right there to go on Dazzle Street. That's like Hawkins Hill Corners come up to Bay Street. So I go on round there, come round Dazzle Street, and come by where I see the big truck was. So I say, before I reached the area where I saw what I thought I saw, I said to him, stop eating, put your food down, and pay attention to what I'm going to show you. So he did what I say because he thought I was seeing things and, it can't be true. So when we reached there, the man bicycle, like he was coming from Potter's Key Dock, and the truck knocked him down off the bike. The bike was twist up on the road, and his neck was twist up underneath the truck. But by the time as we had came, like ride just our route and came right back round, they already had about 3 or 4 other cars there. Back then, we didn't have no cell phones. We didn't have no cell phones, so you could just go on the phone and call the police or call the ambulance and stuff. You have to drive. And back then, no one used to be, we used to, third world country, no one used to be open like round that kind of time in the morning, other than people going trying to go to the dock to set up their stalls and whatnot like that. And it's obvious he was looked like he was coming from the dock already or going to the dock. But you couldn't tell if he was coming or going because well he didn't have no packages, so I would assume that he was just going to the dock. And now this is what happened to him. And you know, since other people was there, we say, well, somebody at least stop, and they sent in other people to go and try see if they could get the police and the ambulance or whatever. So once we established that, then we continue our journey to Life. He said, boy, Marcel, you see some things. I say, because when you're driving, you need to really pay attention. Even though you're looking straight ahead and paying attention to the road, in your peripheral, you know, you know what I'm trying to say. Hey, you could see things from the corners of your eyes. So you have to be paying attention also. And it seems so unreal sometimes, the things that you will encounter on your journeys. And it is our duty to stop, to render assistance or help or whatever necessary. So that is the reason why I also went back around, because no one else was around at the time when I actually passed. And I didn't want, because I was continuing my journey, that truck to go and leave. Because people will try to leave the spot after they do some stuff. So with me coming back round was to ensure I didn't register the name of the truck because it's a business truck. I didn't register the name of the truck, the shape, the everything on the truck, so they couldn't get away, baby. And I was waking to the court, so I wasn't playing that. I was playing detective then, okay? They wasn't getting away. So everything got sorted out with that individual. The person was already died on the scene, you know. But it's just that my husband couldn't believe that. It was in disbelief that something like that could actually happen. I say you see a lot of things as you go along through life. And it is your duty to stop and report it to the police or to render certain assistance if you could. But now, if you see crime going on, otherwise, you need to go leave that to the police. You ain't got no gun. You ain't got nothing. You need to leave them things to the police. Call the popo. Call the popo. Leave it to the police. So, you know, that's one of my little stories that you encounter as you go through life on a daily basis. You never know what you will see. Over and out.